Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now we are now into the third month of investing within a junior stocks and shares ISA for my daughter. If you're completely new here, I opened an account for my daughter on the 7th of September and I've been investing ever since. You'll see exactly what we've invested in shortly, but essentially this is now month 3 of investing, so we'll be able to look at the performance over a quarter. The aim of this portfolio is to contribute just £60 a month and see how much we can grow this pot of money in time for my daughter's 18th birthday. Now, regular viewers may note that I normally do a bit of a market summary at the start of the video. However, this month and for the past few weeks, there's not been anything that notable within the market, so I'll jump straight into the portfolio on this occasion. This will also offer a nice insight to investing, so when the market is quiet, this is potentially what you could expect. Okay, so diving straight into our account, you can see a bit of an overview here. So the total value is £782.09. You can also see the holdings here. So everything I've invested so far is within the FTSE Global All Cap Index Fund. You'll also see it says accumulation. So accumulation just means that any dividends that would be paid out are automatically reinvested. This helps with long-term growth, and it also provides a bit of a hands-off approach to investing, which is my main goal with this. So we can see some top-line figures here. So over the last 3 months, and bear in mind it has only been 3 months, so not a long time at all. The total cost, so that's the amount of value I've put in, and then you can see the current value. And you can see that change of £67.92. So what I will do is I'll shuffle straight onto our month category. And what this will show you is month by month how we've been investing and how that's been performing. Now, I normally do these ISA updates sort of mid-month, so we can kind of cover the back end of the month before and also the first half of the current month. So as mentioned at the start of the video, I opened this account on the 7th of September, so not been investing very long at all. Within that first month, we gained £15. You'll also see that we contributed £500, so there's quite a large sum of money at the start. Moving on to October, you'll also see that we added around £90 and then gained around just shy of £11 in interest, which brought our cumulative returns to £26. And then for November, this is kind of where we've got into our steady contributions now. So the goal for this is to add £60 per month. The earlier sums were a bit of an accumulation of sort of the money from the birth of my daughter and gifts, if you like. But yeah, going forward, a true reflection will just be that £60 per month. November, as I covered in the previous video, and as I'm sure a lot of people were aware, lots of big things within the market happened within the month of November, including the US election, which had a massive ripple effect on the market. So you can see we added 60, but then the market gain within this fund was just shy of £35 on its own, which jumped us up to the £60 worth of interest. And then so far in December, so we're roughly sort of midway through, growth's been slower, but still growth has been £7.18, which brings us to essentially £68 worth of interest so far within this account. And what I enjoy about this is that the goal is to add £60 a month, and really in the interest alone we've gained a month. That's how I'm currently looking at it. So yeah, really happy with the performance of this so far. If I move on to the graph tab, so this kind of shows how it started. So there you can see the 7th of September, and you can kind of see day to day, if you like, how the sort of value fluctuated. Each time there's a bump there, that's when we've added in more money. That's why you'll see a noticeable jump in that. You can see here for November, we'd added the money at the start, and then it kept growing, due to that US election mostly. And then it's bumped up again when we added our money at the start of December. So for 3 months invested, that kind of puts us at just shy of 11.5%, which is pretty phenomenal. I know a lot of parents would opt for a cash savings account, and I have absolutely no issue with that at all. But the typical interest on that may be 4, possibly 5%. and that's for the year. We've managed to attain almost sort of 3 times that in the space of 3 months. Now, I'm not saying this is what you can expect every month. We have had some sort of phenomenal growth in the last 3 months, but I hope that gives a bit of an insight into the power of investing, as opposed to just putting money into a savings account. If we move on to the insight tabs, I always cover this. So anyone new watching, this on the Vanguard platform essentially gives us a bit of a snapshot on where our money's been invested. So the fund that I invest in, that global all cap index fund, has over 7,000 companies within it. And this gives you a snapshot of essentially of those 7,000 companies, where are they sort of in terms of region. Strong holding in America, and then everything else is fairly evenly split out. If we move to the top 10 investments, a few names here that I'm sure you'll recognise: Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, and even Tesla's down there as well. And then also the sector allocation there as well. Now, one of the other parts we can look at, if you did have multiple investments and you wanted to look at the performance of each of those potentially ETFs, index funds, whatever you've chosen, this screen would be really handy for you. Obviously, it doesn't reflect too much with ourselves because we only have the one fund, but you'd expect to see the breakdown of each individual fund in there. So what's my plan going forward with this? We've only been investing for 3 months, but whether the market's high, low, it's not going to change my strategy moving into 2025. The plan is to continue adding that £60 a month. Whether we review that amount down the line, we'll see, but for now, we're pretty fixed on that value. That's something that both my partner and I put in. So with that in mind, it's a small enough contribution that I don't think either myself or my partner will notice too much coming out of our bank, so it's not going to be too detrimental to us building our own wealth. But also I think it's enough that over the long term we'll see some great growth from putting that value in there. On top of this, we'll also add any sort of birthday or Christmas money that my daughter may receive. So I imagine next time we do an update, which will be sort of mid-January, there might be some additional value through gifted money from December. So yeah, we'll keep adding in every month. There's not going to be too much of a change in plan. We'll continue to invest, and yeah, we'll bring these updates as and when each month. Another idea I thought of doing is potentially doing a deep dive on that particular index fund and why I've chosen that. If you have any interest in that, please do leave a comment and let me know. I'd be happy to make that video and share any insights that might help you on your way to investing. As ever, my plan for this series is to provide a fully transparent view to investing, and not from someone who's investing thousands from the get-go. I like to think this is quite manageable and quite achievable for most people. Yes, it's within a junior stocks and shares ISA, but really this investing could be applied to anyone. If you yourself want to start investing, you could invest in this exact same fund and you would experience the exact same returns that we'll be having month on month. So I'm hoping this will offer that transparency. We've had some great growth to start with. Chances are we will have some months where there isn't any growth, but I'll keep you guys up to date with that. As ever, if you've got any questions, comments or feedback, feel free to leave that in the comments section. If you've enjoyed this video or you want to keep up with any future updates, then do make sure you subscribe. And as a final point, I've had a thought about potentially revealing my own portfolio, so if that's something you'd like to see, then also let me know about that in the comments as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.